All right, everyone, and welcome to another edition of our venture in If My Heart Had Wings. Last episode, we got into kind of a little bit of a situation to where there's one thing that a male board mother cannot necessarily participate in, and that is helping a girl into the bath of the bathroom. And of course, I was just looking like, really? Really? No. No. That's just not how it works. No. 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 But apparently, Kotori, who is disabled, wants to take a bath and apparently needs help getting into the bath, which normally turns to find out her older sister helps her in that regard, but her sister isn't there, so she's like, forget it, I'm doing this myself because I'm independent. Which, hey, if you got that, do it, you know? So unfortunately, we're right at that part to where Aoi, the main protagonist, is sitting just outside the dressing room, basically on standby in case something does happen to Kotori, which, heaven forbid, nothing does. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we were the last time. So that's where we're going to pick up at. So, and if you were wondering for the title screen, who's actually asking the question, do I want to load the data? That's actually the voice of Kaneko. I find a liking to Kaneko because one, she was friendly with us when we first got to the dormitory. So I figured, let's show her a little love right back, right? So Kaneko, if you would do the honors.
前回のデータをロードしちゃうよ。
Yes, we do want to load it, so load it up for us. Thank you. All right, back to the situation here. This isn't really that important, but to have one guy in a girl's dormitory makes taking a bath really inconvenient. I'm the only one who has the set time. If I inadvertently run into any of them in there, I can't just get away with an apology. From the bathroom, I could faintly hear the sound of the shower. She must be washing herself off before getting into the bath. I can hear the sound of water slightly splashing. These guys did a little bit less effort than I thought they would on the looping of the shower, but whatever. I feel kind of nervous. The limited information I get from the sound actually stirs my imagination. I am strongly aware of the fact that Kotori is getting into the bath. What am I thinking? If she knew that I was imagining, she's probably tried to tear me limb from limb. And as I try to clear the thought from my head, that was a little loud. Huh? I react by getting up, opening the dressing room door, and dashing inside. Oh boy, this just escalated. Are you okay? I jumped into the bathtub and lifted Kotori out, while she wriggled and struggled with her hands out of the bath. Did she almost drown? Hey, snap out of it, Kotori! Kotori was still panicking and clung desperately as I rescued her. You're okay now. She must have slipped or something. Kotori looked at me. It looked like she didn't know who or even what she was clinging to. It's all right. Everything's fine now. Kotori weakly nodded while still holding on to me tightly. I continued to hold on to her to calm her down. Both of us suddenly realized what we had failed to realize before. Kotori was just wearing a towel, holding her. Hey, it's better than having nothing at all, okay? I'm sorry. For a moment, we didn't say anything, but she couldn't exactly kick me out, so we just held on to each other. Kotori tries to hide her chest, but squeezes even closer to me. It's okay. I'm not looking. Kotori goes bright red and looks like she's about to cry. I'll go now. Sorry. I was about to put Kotori down on the floor. I thought that if I went to call for Kaneko, then everything would be cleared up. Weakly yet desperately, she held on to me. But...
恥ずかしいけどお願い。
Tori's hands were shaking slightly. I remember that time when we first met on Windmill Hill. Okay. I nod, and it seems like her shaking has subsided a little.
ありがとう。
We stayed like this for a while, and Kaneko poked her head into the bathroom to take a look.
なんかすごい音してたけど、どうしちゃったのこれ。
Okay, Kaneko, you really should have been the one to help. I mean, you cool otherwise, but you should have been the one to help. Well, this and that. So this is the result of ignoring Kaneko's advice. But if we were to say something like that in front of the tearful, shaking Kotori, I would feel really bad for her. It seemed that Kaneko was implying the same thing. Could you get a bath towel?
はいよ。
Then could you cover Kotori up?
はいよ。
While Kaneko put the towel around her, Kotori quietly held on to me. After that, Kotori calmly got into the bath with Kaneko. Kaneko also made sure not to meddle unnecessarily, and was very considerate towards Kotori to help keep her calm. While I was doing the dorm mother's jobs in the kitchen, Kotori had gotten out of the bath and came to see me. She looked pretty embarrassed.
さっきはありがとう。
Well, it was nothing. I stopped myself from saying something like that's another one of the dorm mother's jobs. The reason why I did that just now was not because I'm the dorm mother.
呆れたでしょ。一人でお風呂にも入れないなんて。
I didn't know how to answer, and Kotori left me behind and went back to her room.
もしもし、お姉ちゃん？
Well, that happened. So be it.
なんでもない。泣いてなんていないよ。前に話してた学校のことだけど。もう決めたことだから。
Extend the little wings which fly in this sky highly.
そっち行ったわよ。
Leave it to me. At Ageha's signal, I ran ahead to block the cat's escape route. Ageha and I blocked the stray cat's path, and it searched for a third route. And there was...
おいで猫ち
There was Kotori, as she made an almost sickeningly cheerful smile.
ゃんほーらあなたが好きな煮干しもこんなにたくさんあるのよ
Now that's how to talk to a cat. Kotori dangles an anchovy which captivates the cat. However, as expected of a stray cat, it won't let down its guard easily.
ハバネさん秘密兵器よ
Kotori nods and talks and takes out a small fishing rod. An anchovy hangs on the end of the line.
ほーれほーれ
She dangles it. Just like a blessing descending from heaven, the anchovy draws the stray cat's attention. With Kotori's skillful waving of the rod, she was almost literally reeling the cat towards her with the anchovy.
おいでおいで
Just as the cat reaches out its paw, Kotori times the pulling away of the anchovy so that the cat cannot reach it. It was really a little bit mean. Eventually, the cat, running out of patience, used its last resort. And it jumps. The cat jumped onto Kotori's lap all by itself.
捕まえた
Amazingly, the cat settled into Kotori's arms.
よっしゃー作戦大成功
I can't believe it fell for such a stupid plan. I felt like saying, "Come on, stray cat, you can do better than that."
猫ちゃん
Kotori shows a side that we'd never seen before and smiles affectionately while stroking the cat. The cat seems like he didn't really enjoy being stroked, but he focused on the large amount of anchovies nearby, so it looks like he's not planning on running away.
お前かわいいねいい子だねこの子ノラのくせに美猫だねよしよし
Agehar starts stroking him too. All girls like cats. Not necessarily. Is it okay if I stroke him too?
ほらこの子が怯えてるじゃないせっかく苦労して捕まえたのに逃げられちゃったら困るよ
But I like cats too. This seems a bit unfair.
次はなんだっけ
Next is... I open the notebook to check. Things I want to do. It's the list of bullet points that Kotori has written in her notebook.
とりあえずこの猫を撫でまくりたいはクリアだね
We are now in the middle of clearing Kotori's list of things she still has left to do. As Agaha and I look at the notebook, Kotori looks at us sideways, but not with suspicion. How did this situation occur? To answer that, we need to go back to this morning. This morning, I was in two minds as to whether or not I should return with the withdrawal notice that I picked up to its rightful owner. Of course, you should give the dropped items back to the owner, but if I did that, it seems that she would disappear from here, so I didn't give it back. If that's what she wants to do, I have no reason to stop her, but I was hesitant for some reason. So I was walking back and forth along the hallway, but... Kotori, who was wearing her uniform, poked her head out from her room. She was furtively checking the situation outside. As our eyes meet, she slams the door shut. Why is she acting so suspiciously? Kotori is always doing something suspicious, but there's definitely something behind her behavior just now. I concealed myself in the dining hall for a while. I wait 10 minutes. Hat appears from the little door at the bottom of Kotori's bedroom door. Hat took a look around the entranceway, then came into the dining hall.
What?
Shh. Hat goes back to Kotori's room.
誰もいなかった？よし。
What does she mean by all right? Kotori came sneaking out of her room. She took a peek into the dining hall just in case, and I hide behind the counter.
いないみたいね。あいつに見つかったらうるさそうだもん。
When she says that guy, it feels like she's talking about me. Kotori is wearing her uniform, but she isn't carrying her bag. In the entranceway, she opens up her notebook and looks inside. I sneaked up behind her.
これは前にやったから、今日は。
Are you going to skip school again today? Oof. Kotori jumped, let out a scream, and threw the notebook.
どうしているの？ちゃんと確認したのに。
That's why you should stop sending a duck to scout for you. As I pick up the notebook that she dropped, I look at the open page. Things I want to do. This is the page I saw before.
返して、私のノート。
Could it be that you are planning to do all of this before you quit school? Seems like I was spot on.
やり残しを今日で全部終わらせるの？もういいでしょ？返して。
I handed back the notebook. Then I follow Kotori as she is about to leave.
なんでついてくるの？
I'm going to help.
は？なんで？
It must be tough by yourself, right? Kotori looks at me like I'm an idiot. While we stop in front of the door, the doorbell rings. Who could it be this time?
おはようございます。
Ageha.
およ？お二人さんお揃いで。
What did you come here for?
いや、ほらさ。
Ageha pulls me towards her and whispers into my ear.
昨日変な感じだったし、そろそろまたサボるんじゃないかって思って。
So she came all this way here to ask Kotori to go to school with her? Bullseye.
マジっすか？
Yeah, the truth is that. How should I explain this? Kotori, I'm just gonna borrow your notebook. I go back to Kotori and take the notebook.
こら！
Using that, I explain the situation to Ageha. I explain that today she wants to finish the things I want to do list that is written in this notebook. I don't tell her about Kotori's plan to quit school.
これは大仕事だね。
Ageha groans a little as she looks at the list.
そうよ。だから今日は学校休むから。そうするしかないよね。私も手伝うよ。
Nice. That is how Ageha and I ended up going with Kotori against her wishes to clear the things remaining on the list one by one. By the way, as far as us urgently searching for members for the club goes, last night we came up with a possible prospect. That's why we're going with Kotori.
もういいから、あなたたちは学校行きなさいよ。
said Kotori while stroking the cat, but we don't listen.
じゃあ次は伊藤さんとこのペディグリーだね。
Agaha pointed and read. Stroke the head of the big dog in the neighborhood. It's really scary, but it might be unexpectedly friendly. If possible, I'd like to ride around on its back. From the list. The Ito family are rich and have a well-known and very large dog called Pedigree that roams around freely in their garden. When we were kids, it was rare to see such a big dog, and we would often watch him lumbering around their spacious lawn. I'd like to ride around on its back. So far, I have lifted up Kotori on 2 occasions. Both times she was light as a feather. Well, that's exaggerating slightly, but she was really light.
ハバネさんならギリギリいけるかもね。なんたってセントバーナードだもん。
Pedigree is a Saint Bernard. They're pretty huge. While seriously considering Kotori's silly idea, we headed towards the Ito's house. Said Agaha as she put the baggage down on the grass.
でもここは風があって気持ちいいね。
Today is dry and sunny, and the temperature isn't that high. It's quite hot in the sunlight, but there's a nice breeze. Here. I throw a sports drink to Agaha.
お、サンキュー。
There's one for you too, Kotori. I take some orange juice from the convenience store bag and pass it to Kotori.
ありがとう。
You want to sit down here? Agaha, whoops. Agaha, give me a hand, would you? Agaha, who looks like she's enjoying her sports drink, gets up and comes over.
何するの？
I want to put you down here.
いいって。おお、そうだね。
I leave lifting up Kotori to Agaha and tell her how to do it, while I give a hand from the side.
よいしょっと。ありがとう。
Kotori sits down on the grass and looks comfortable as she stretches her back.
お尻が蒸れた。
It seems that wheelchairs can get quite hot in the summer.
さあ、お弁当お弁当。
The time now is 12:30. It's exactly the time for lunch break. We spread out the lunch boxes that we bought and the juice and snacks we bought from the convenience store. We don't have a sheet, but it feels like we're having a picnic.
いただきます。いただきます。
I made mine and Kotori's lunch boxes, and Agaha brought her own.
ほう、ハバネさんハンバーグだ。ねえねえ、春巻きと交換しよう。いいけど。やった
ー Agaha looks like she's enjoying the burger that she got by trading, as she woofs it down.
葵、料理上手だよね。女として自信なくすわ。
Okay then. Your mom's good at cooking though, isn't she?
いやいや、現役主婦と比べなさんな。
Kotori's face seemed to say that she wasn't really suited to the situation, as she quietly ate her lunch. However, she didn't look as irritated as she was before. Agaha either hadn't noticed or was pretending not to have noticed and carried on behaving the same way she always has.
私、学校サボったの初めて。今まで休みたいって思ったの、注射の日くらいだったからさ。でもこうやって友達と遊ぶなら、たまにはいいかも。
said Agaha playfully. She seems quite excited about skipping school for the first time. If your mom finds out, she's totally gonna kick your butt. Agaha's mother doesn't hold back when she gives her daughters a kick in the butt. I've been kicked too, many times, like when Agaha and I got caught playing tricks. Those kicks are big, heavy, and painful.
言っちゃダメだからね。
Okay, got it. She'd kick me too for something like this. I say that, but I don't want her to worry unnecessarily.
ねえ、次は何？
We all look at the notebook. We managed to finish 5 of them this morning. As for pedigree, the Itos recognized Agaha and they led us into the garden. We weren't able to have their ride on its back, but Kotori gave Pedigree a hug, so we can count it that as a success. In the end, it was quite tough for her to roll around and play with him. Pedigree probably weighs more than Kotori. On top of that, he looked her all over her face, and she looked like she was full of emotion.
カフェフラックスに行く。
Agaha reads out from the list. Where is that?
あれだよ、ウィンディにある。それはもういいの。
Okay then. Kotori, who has suddenly gone red, drew a line through that entry with a red pen. Agaha whispers into her ear.
誰か一緒に行きたい人いるの？違う、ただの勘違い。
Huh? Something was said to Kotori, and now she's desperately trying to cover something up. What could it be?
ちょっと大人な雰囲気のカフェだよ。有名なパティシエがプロデュースした店で、スイーツが美味しいんだって。
Do you want to go there?
だから違うって、勘違いなの。
I wonder why it's such a misunderstanding. But you know what? I think we're gonna hold it right there and put a bookmark. And on the next episode, we'll find out why it is such a misunderstanding to go there. I'm not really sure what that location is, but I guess we're gonna find out on the next time. So far, I liked how the progression went. I think Aoi handled the situation really well when Kotori ended up in the bath, and apparently I'm assuming she was underwater and he grabbed her and got her out of there. So I was hoping nothing happened, but obviously it did. And hopefully Kotori learns from this and gets a companion to help her into the bath. Preferably Kaneko, because Kaneko, one, she's a girl, and of course that's just good common sense. So glad that went into the proper sector. Now, my curiosity in relations to why they're helping Kotori with her list, I wonder if they're trying to earn a bit more of her trust as a means to hopefully getting her to join the club, but also establish some positive memories of hanging out with not only fellow classmates, but people in the dormitory. So hopefully that can possibly persuade her to want to join the soaring club. And I mean, she is quite interested in the principles and all of the other factors surrounding the soaring club. So I don't see why she shouldn't join, but that's up to her. So hopefully this experience will compel her to join the club. That way the club can be saved, because as we witnessed from the last episode, that the club is in trouble, that if it doesn't find the right amount of members, that it's the privileges to the garage is going to be repealed, and of course the club is going to have to disband. So hopefully they find someone. It would be nice if it was Kotori who considered it. So, and they don't have much time left either, so time is of the essence. But I think what they're doing is trying to establish a good rapport with Kotori to hopefully compel her to actually join. So we'll see what happens in that regard on the next episode. So we're going to put the bookmark right there. And until next time, thanks again for hanging out with me. If you liked what you see today, maybe leave a like for me. And if you want to see more content down the road, maybe hit that subscribe button. And until next time, happy mixing, everyone.